My name is Katherine Saveok, and I'm from Wheaton, Illinois, born and raised, and I'm a full-time missionary to the Middle East. My parents were always very strong believers, and they were very persecuted for their faith in Russia, so being in America in a free country was always something that we were taught to cherish, and our faith was always something that we were taught to hold on to. Thinking that I could rely on my parents' faith, and I did for the majority of my childhood. Once I was in high school and I was making my own choices, I would make the choice that my parents wouldn't make. I was making the wrong choices, and when it was my choice to go to church or not to go to church, I chose not to go to church, and that's when I realized that the faith wasn't my own. I felt very insignificant, being just one of 6 billion people. I thought that I just got lost somewhere in the crowd, and that God cared for a lot of people, but I wasn't one of the people that He cared about. In high school, I was always trying to please everybody, and it led to living a very double life. At home, I was trying to be the good Russian Christian girl, and at school I was trying to be the cool girl, and I quickly fell into the wrong crowd, and I started drinking and smoking. It escalated very quickly, and before I knew it, I was addicted to hard drugs and just a party lifestyle that was not God-honoring. I was at least known for something. I overdosed one night, and my dad found me and saved my life, and that's when they found out, that's when they realized that things were bad, that I wasn't just angry for no reason, I wasn't just running away from home for no reason, that I was a drug addict. And I was sitting in my room, and I was scratching because my body was itching because I was fiending, and I looked down and my legs were covered in blood, and I remember thinking, like, I have a problem. That was probably one of the first moments that I ever would have admitted that I was a drug addict, and I remember it scared me very bad. I get a call and I find out that one of my close friends in Chicago overdosed and died.
That's really when it hit me that the lifestyle I was living was leading to one place, it was to the grave, and I realized that I can't keep living the way that I'm living. His parents shared something that he had written before he died, and he actually had given his life to Christ and had a complete change of heart. And I remember hearing the words that he wrote, and he was saying that God set him free, that he was no longer a slave to sin, and that he had peace in Christ, and that just the Lord filled him with such a joy, and that he has a purpose in life now, that his purpose is to live for God. And I remember hearing that and thinking to myself, like, I always thought that I was an exception, that God had given up on me, but he was one of the worst people I knew. And so I thought to myself, if God could change him, maybe God can change me. Before he had died, he said that he read a book called The Purpose-Driven Life. And the first sentence is, it's not about you. And it just goes into detail about how the purpose of man is to glorify God, and that we seek so many other things in this life, but it's so purposeless without God. And I remember it was like a veil was lifted from my eyes in that moment. I never saw so clearly. It was 180 from there. I prayed and gave my life to Jesus, asked for forgiveness, and just gave him control, and I never went back to my lifestyle.
66,000 people die a day never having heard the gospel. I see it as my duty to tell people, because God saved me, and I just want to tell people about Jesus. I can't imagine doing anything else. Like, I've seen the beauty of Jesus, and I've seen the worth of Jesus, and I've just seen a tiny glimpse, you know, but I believe it with all my heart, and I feel like everything else is lost. Knowing that people in the nations don't know about Jesus, that's enough to go. And yeah, so I want people to know that I love Jesus.